Hello everyone, and welcome to another week together. Today we are going to talk about as you saw the design that I sent previously, maybe 1 or 2 hours ago. We are going to talk about the hero's journey. It's a coaching model, and we are going to go through that first, and then we are going to talk about how that could be a tool, a coaching tool. And then at the end, I have some questions for you regarding this that you can take is like a homework, and then some announcement at the end. So we are going briefly going over this hero's journey briefly today. So if you have questions, we can deepen later on, but keep the design at hand, so when we go through that, you know what we are talking about, and also you can follow the conversation. So in the first picture on top, we have this person with the stick. In the hero's journey, the hero's journey is from Joseph Campbell, who was an American psychologist and mythological researcher, and he wrote also this book is called, what is it called? The Hero with 1,000 Faces, which it is related to all these things that we are going to talk about today. And also, so in this design, we have this person with the stick, which represents our ordinary world. So the hero exists in a world that is considered ordinary and uneventful for the people who live there. And also in this section, often they are considered odd because those in the ordinary world, the heroes possess some abilities, let's say, or characteristics that makes them feel out of place. So that's the situation. Is that familiar to you? It is to me. When you feel out of place. So, sometimes they would say, for people who are in the ordinary world, they would say, well, they have some ability, or they are odd because they have some characteristics. So they are kind of different in some way. I'm gonna give the example of this story, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, that, for example, in this case, Dorothy, which is the protagonist, Dorothy is in Kansas. So that would be the ordinary world for her, in this case. Then, when we are in the ordinary world, we are called to adventure, which is the second in the design. If you see the design, let me see here. It says call to adventure. For heroes to begin their journey, they must be called away from their ordinary world in some way. Like fantastic quests don't happen every day, right? So heroes must be removed from their typical environment. And some of us, we feel reluctance, or we don't want to live our everyday life, or our friends, or whatever that is familiar to us, to go on a journey, on a quest, right? But what happens is, at the end, we accept destiny, and off we go. Usually there is a discovery or some event or some danger that takes us to get on that path. Usually heroes sometimes they discover their world is in danger, so they decide for that reason to go. There's always something that happens that take us to take that path. And in some other times, it happens by accident. It happens by accident, as Campbell says, the merest chance reveals an unsuspected world. I really like that. Well, and also the new world the hero is forced into is very much different than the old one. Okay, so here in the design we have there is a horizontal line. There is a horizontal line. Above is all the things that are known, and below is the unknown. Like that would be represented like, for example, if you are talking about the mind, the known would be the conscious mind. Below the horizontal line would be the subconscious mind. And it is a cycle, it's a representation like life above, death below, order above, chaos below, known and unknown in this case. So we are called to the adventure somehow. Something happens and we are called to adventure. Then the supernatural aid. Supernatural, it means above the laws of nature. Above the laws of nature. So usually we get some help of some kind. Sometimes a person who has mastered the outside world comes to give us some wisdom, for example. To put some wisdom into us, like in any form. This supernatural assistant, let's say, is there to help us to complete the quest. It's not going to do the quest for us, but it's going to give us what we need to finish and complete the quest. For example, in Cinderella, in the story of Cinderella, the fairy godmother is this supernatural aid in that case. The other thing is, like, for example, could be a talisman in the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Is the ruby slippers of Dorothy. Look, the red shoes she has, they are like magical. So that would be it. It's a representation. So here, let me see the design again. The design is supernatural. Now, so we are now in the threshold. In the threshold, that's where the transformation begins. So when we pass that line, we begin our transformation, because we go from the known to the unknown. So we are there after we were called to adventure, and we have the helpers. So a new phase begins, like it's a phase of challenges and temptations. And we have along the way, we have helpers, mentors, all kind of support, let's say, in some way. Because every hero needs a helper. Otherwise, it's very difficult to make it on our own. Like, think of yourself. Like, I can think of myself of many helpers I had in my way. So, and then again, in the Wizard of Oz, like, for example, the helpers of Dorothy are the Tin Woodsman, Scarecrow, and this lion that is the cowardly lion. Is a coward. Those are helpers of her, in this case, for her. And we go all the way through. We go through this process of a series of tests and obstacles and challenges that makes us stronger, and prepares us for the final showdown. Like, that would be the ordeal. So all along the way, the hero is getting trained. We are training ourselves to get ready for the supreme ordeal. And there is a point where all these trainings, because we've been getting stronger along the way, and we've been preparing ourselves for that moment. So that's when we get to that point, that all that comes into play at this very moment. And the journey has hardened the heroes, and it's time to show what we got, you know. That's the moment. And once this obstacle is released, we are very relieved. Even though the worst have passed already, it's not that we are not that yet, but we have succeeded. Again, to give you the example, in the Wonderful Wizard of Oz and the story, this moment is defeating the wicked witch. If you don't know the story, it's weird, but this story, I learned this story in while I was an adult. I heard of it while I was a child, but they never told me the story of the Wizard of Oz, and I love it. Actually, it resonates with me very much. So, but I found out about it when I was an adult. Okay, so after that, you know, after the revelation, we are transformed. That's why we return to the point we started, but we are not the same as the person who started it. So we are transformed. There is a new version of ourselves. It is a better version of ourselves. We've been through a transformation. So we got we found what we wanted, we paid the price, and we come back home, let's say, with our prize. So that could be, you know, an ability, anything. That's how we return. That's when we pass also to the known or the conscious part of ourselves, and then the cycle repeats. Like, this cycle could be done, like, could be a big issue or could be a small one. We can have like hero's journey every day, let's say, the small ones. It doesn't have to be your life, complete life. So let me see a sign here. Okay, so, but let me tell you now, I want you to see where you think you are in your own hero's journey. And also I want to mention a few things, tools that why this is helpful in coaching. Because we have to remember that we are on a journey, okay? Like this design shows, we are on a journey. And sometimes we are stuck because we don't see anything except what is happening right in front of us. That's why we are stuck. And we cannot see further. It's like we are in a trench and we cannot see anything else. So we don't believe that we are going anywhere. We don't see the big picture, see? So that's why it is a good idea to draw the process of the journey, because that way you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel if you make the drawing. That's why it's very powerful. And two other points is that what we are going through is, we can see by doing this that what we are going through is meaningful and temporary. Temporary meaning that it's not gonna last forever. So whatever it is that you are going through is not gonna last forever, and it has meaning. And once we understand that that thing has meaning, it is a lot much easier to accept and push through that situation. When we don't see meaning, it is very hard, because it doesn't, we have to put a very big effort on that. But if it has meaning, it's different. We accept easily, and then we can push through that, because it has a purpose for us in our minds. Okay, so that's why this is helpful for. And so regarding this design that I show you, you can print it if you want, you can do your own. I want you to ask yourself, where are you at this circle? Where are you? Think about yourself and your current situation. Where are you at this circle? At this very moment, where? What is your call to adventure? So what is, after the man with the stick, your call to adventure, what is that? What's your dragon? Which means, like, it could be internal fears, or could be false beliefs that you may have. That would be your dragon that you are going to kill. You are going to kill the dragon. And I want you to think, what would you feel? What would you feel when you defeat that dragon? Okay? So those are questions that you can think about while you do your drawing. And with this design in mind, the hero's journey, your own hero's journey. Okay? So, well, that's basically the general idea. We can, of course, always deepen in some of other topics, because this is huge topic. And one last thing that I wanted to mention, if you want to share the results of your own hero's journey, just feel free to do that. But I just want to mention, in case you are interested, 2 upcoming events, but they are just videos that you can watch. So it's very easy, because one is a part 2 of the interview that Wanderer Footsteps did to the Art of Travel. We've been through part 1 last Sunday. Part 2 is coming up this Sunday. On YouTube, on the Wanderer Footsteps YouTube, and it's also on my YouTube, but it's on my social as well, so you can find it there. It was the premiere on Sunday. Part 2 is coming up this Sunday, so you are welcome. It's just a video and it's not that long, so that's everything about the Art of Travel, and also how we can help you. And the other thing is that Airy Spaces and the Art of Travel, we are doing a 3-session on spring cleaning and traveling with feng shui. We are doing 3 sessions starting on Monday inside my Facebook, my group. It's called Feng Shui and Coaching on the Go. It's going to broadcast there. And we are going to have the first session this Monday and 1 session every week. So 3 sessions total on decluttering, organizing, suitcases and packing, and traveling and moving overseas. The general topic is called Spring Cleaning and Traveling with Feng Shui. So if you are interested or know anyone who is interested on that topic, invite them. It's starting this Monday, and on Sunday there's the part 2 of the interview with Wanderer Footsteps. So I hope you enjoy those, and I hope this video was useful with the hero journey of Joseph Campbell. And let me know if it was useful and what your takeaway of this. And I would love to know where you see yourself in this circle and how this process was useful to you. So let me know, and talk to you very soon. Bye bye.